You know that feeling, right? Staring at something you wrote and it just feels off. It's not a huge deal, but you're stuck, and it's frustrating. Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to talk about how to move through that feeling and find some real clarity in your message.
I mean, we've all been there. You write a post or an email or something for your website, and you just can't stop tinkering with it. A little tweak here, a rephrase there. It feels like you're making it better, like you're perfecting it. But what if all that editing isn't really about making it better at all?
You know, this is what's often going on when we get stuck in that endless editing loop. We can feel our audience hesitating. They're not giving us a hard no. They're just stuck at maybe. They're curious, but they're not sold. And that maybe sends us right back to the drawing board, trying to find those perfect, magical words.
But here's the thing. Just trying to persuade them harder is almost never the answer. That endless editing cycle, it's not really about getting more clear. A lot of the time, it's just fear. It's our brain's way of trying to keep us safe, protecting us from being vulnerable and putting our ideas out there. It's a really, really clever disguise for procrastination.
Okay, so how do we break this cycle? Well, the good news is you don't have to guess. The answers you're looking for, they aren't hidden somewhere in your draft. They're actually out there with your audience. They are constantly giving you signals, showing you exactly what they need from you.
And this is a total game changer. When you get the same question again and again, it's so easy to feel frustrated, right? But what if it's not that they aren't listening? What if it's a clue that your message just isn't quite landing right? When you look at it that way, those questions become this incredibly useful source of feedback.
Think about it. This is your live focus group. Every confused comment, every "I'm not sure I get it," that's a gift. These are not signs that you failed. No way. They're like little breadcrumbs, leading you right to the parts of your message that need a little more love and attention.
So clarity isn't just about the words you choose, it's also about how you lay them out. We love to think people are hanging on our every word, but the truth is, they're scanning. They're just quickly looking for visual cues, a clear headline, a bolded phrase, anything that helps them get the main idea fast. So how do we write for the scanning brain? It's actually way simpler than it sounds. First, just lead with the outcome. What are they going to get from this? Second, make the main benefit pop so they can't miss it. And third, use empty space, white space. Giving your ideas a little room to breathe makes everything feel so much easier to digest.
All of these ideas they all point to one big thing. Being simple isn't a tactic, it's an act of kindness. When we take the time to make our message really clear, we're showing respect for our audience's time and their energy. Just try to put yourself in their shoes for a second. A big, dense, complicated message, it feels like work. It's overwhelming, and honestly, the easiest thing to do is just keep on scrolling. But a simple, clear message? That feels like a relief. It's inviting, it builds trust, and it makes people want to actually lean in and hear more.
And this is so important. Being simple is not about dumbing down what you know. It's about having the confidence to let your main point shine without burying it in a bunch of noise. Here's a little test you can do. Try reading your writing out loud. If you're running out of breath, your sentences are probably too complicated.
And there's some cool brain science behind why this works. Our brains are basically hardwired to save energy. So they love things that are familiar because they're easy to process. New, complex stuff takes more work to figure out, and that can actually feel a little threatening. But familiarity, that feels safe. It feels comfortable.
So, how can we use this? We can intentionally build that feeling of familiarity and trust through consistency. And it doesn't have to be some big flashy thing. It's the small stuff. A signature phrase you always use, a color you always come back to, a predictable way you start your posts. Over time, all these little cues add up to create a really powerful sense of recognition and trust.
So we've talked about listening to your audience, and we've talked about making things simple. But there is one more piece to this puzzle for a message that truly connects, and that's you. The most powerful source of clarity you have is your own unique experience. Seriously, forget about your resume for a minute. Your real authority doesn't come from a degree or a certification. It comes from being in the trenches. It comes from the patterns you've seen, the problems you've actually solved, and the unique way that you see the world. When you speak from that place, your message just has a weight to it that you can't fake. So, what are people really looking for when they come to you? It's not just the information, right? It's a feeling. They want to believe that the good thing you're talking about is actually possible for them. Your job isn't just to sell an outcome. It's to make them feel hopeful and confident that they can get there too. And if you're kind of struggling to pinpoint what your unique authority is, try this. Just grab a notebook and think about these questions. What patterns have you noticed over and over in your work? What do people always thank you for explaining? Where are those moments when a client leans in and their whole face just lights up and they say, "Oh, that really helps"? That's it. That's where your real expertise is.
And this is where it all clicks into place. Your unique authority, that lived experience, that's your secret weapon. Because in a world that is just flooded with content, trying to be better than everyone else is exhausting. But being different, that's how you stand out. People are drawn to a point of view, an approach that feels different and resonates with them.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one last question to think about. Your unique edge, the thing that will make people remember you, is usually found in the things that feel a little risky to say. So I'll ask you this. What are you willing to say that everyone else is just tiptoeing around? Your answer to that question, that might just be the key to unlocking your most powerful message yet.